Hey, this is Lyndon Ashby. Probably know me as Johnny Cage, Stilinski from Teen Wolf. Lots of movies, lots of TV shows, and you are watching the Boys podcast.
All right, let's dance. Those were $500 sunglasses, asshole. This is where you fall down.
Did I forget my curly fries?
You're not supposed to eat fries, especially the curly ones.
Oh, I'm carrying a lethal weapon. If I want the curly fries, I will have the curly fries.
If you think getting rid of contractions in all your sentences makes your argument any more legitimate, you are wrong.
And welcome back to another episode of the Boys Podcast. My guest today is an actor and director. You may have seen him as Curtis Alden in Loving, Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat, Brett Cooper in Melrose Place, Cameron Kirsten in The Young and the Restless, Noah Stilinski in Teen Wolf, Whit Foster in Trinkets, and many more. So welcome the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Lyndon Ashby. Welcome, Lyndon.
You're going way back with Loving. That's a long time ago.
Blast from the past, right?
Yeah, right. I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. Just hanging out, talking to the legend himself,
Well, I don't know about that, but yes, great. It's good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you too. It was an honor to meet you two in person because you're so kind.
It was nice meeting you and your family.
Thank you. So, Lyndon, what made you want to become an actor, and who would you say is your biggest inspiration?
Goodness, I didn't decide probably until I was a bit older that was something that I was going to do. When I was in college, I started doing plays. There was kind of a really good theater department there, and it was something that I got very interested in. And then I thought, I'm okay at this. And then I left school and went to New York and studied acting in New York, and then got out of school and went to work, tried to get a job. Been trying to get a job ever since.
Wow, that's really cool. Do you have any inspirations, any people you like to model your acting after?
I look up to so many people in as an actor, and many different people for many different reasons. So nobody that I look and sort. There are people that I'm amazed by their talent. And you always hear the stories about the people that aren't great, but let me tell you something. There's a lot more really good people in this business than there are not good people. It's just more fun to talk about the ones that misbehave a little bit.
Well, I think you're a very talented actor. You're very good at your craft. So
you're really nice to say that. Thank you.
Very welcome. Now, what is your favorite role you portrayed? And can you please do a Johnny Cage quote? Can you say one?
Johnny Cage was great. Those were $500 sunglasses, asshole. Yeah, Johnny Cage was great, and it was this movie that I don't think anybody thought was going to be successful. And it was me and Robin and Christoph and Bridget and Paul Anderson directing, and and Talisa, and we were all there for different reasons, but everybody kind of needed this movie to work. And we kind of came together and sort of caught lightning in a bottle and made this really kind of cool movie that is, look, 25 years later, we're still talking about it. So, we did something okay.
That's true.
We had a great time doing it. not a lot of ego. And yeah. So it all worked out.
Awesome. Would you say that's like your favorite role though, or would you have a
Oh my
favorite?
God, Johnny Cage was a great role. And I think it's probably the role that I'm most remembered for. And Stilinski in Teen Wolf was a great part. Different kind of thing. It wasn't sort of my a different kind of part, different part in time in life. But it was so much fun to be on that set, and to get to sort of watch these kids grow up. I mean, they were kids, and then I got to watch them become young men, and now they're men, not even young men. They're actually men, and it's great. And I couldn't be more. It's a show I was so proud to be a part of, and I'm so proud of all those guys and what they've done and what they've become and who they are as people.
Awesome.
So,
It was cool to see you come back in the movie, Team of the movie.
Yeah, right.
That
I
was
know,
cool.
it was fun. It was really fun. Look, you get paid to go hang out with your friends and make a movie, and would have done it for free.
Awesome. Now, is there a certain type of role you would love to portray, like a western? I don't know, like a certain type you want to portray?
I love westerns. I'd love to do a good western. I did one. I called Wyatt Earp, and it was a big budget studio Warner Brothers western. And I'd love to do that again. That's the one movie that I'd love to actually get to go back and do again.
So cast you back again in that movie.
Right. Well, yeah. I would just, I think I was nervous, and I was kind of scared and nervous, and it was this big movie, and it's like, I don't know. I'd like to go do it again, and sort of knowing what I know now,
Mm-hmm.
it'd be a blast. It'd be great.
Awesome. That's really cool. Now, can you walk me through the audition process? Like, how did you land the iconic Johnny Cage? Can you?
I had just done Wyatt Earp, which was, like I said, this big movie, and I was getting scripts and I was getting offers on stuff, and then this script came in for a movie called Mortal Kombat. I didn't know anything. I'm not a big gamer, so I didn't know anything about it. And I read the script, and it seemed fun, and I went and I auditioned. I don't know if I had meetings first and then readings. Anyway, I got the part. And yeah. So yeah, but it was. I mean, I think I went in a couple times and got it, and they were happy to have me, and I was happy to do it, and
Worked out.
away. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry, cut you off. Do you know who you were up against? Out of curiosity. Like,
I don't know. Probably people who would have been better than me.
you're an awesome actor. You're really talented.
You never know. I mean, it's funny because people get so bummed out. They're like, I wasn't their first choice. I wasn't this. I'm like, I remember, so many actors that they turn down a role for one reason or another, and then somebody else gets it, and no one knows who turned it down or whatever. They only know the person who did it. And I remember being a young actor, and we were in New York and went out for drinks with this actor. I can't even remember his name. He was a friend of a friend's, and he's like, "Oh my God, I just went to the stupidest audition. They want me to do this movie, blah, 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 and it's about a cop who then goes and he's with the Amish people and this and that, and he's talking about how dumb it was, and it turned out to be Witness, and Harrison Ford did that part, and so and I think I can't remember who directed it. I don't know, Ridley Scott or
it's called Witness.
Witness. But it was a huge movie and it was a great movie. And this guy was like, "Oh, it's so dumb." So, if he'd have done it and Harrison Ford hadn't have done it, it would have been probably not a great movie. But I don't know.
It was. Sorry, to cut you off again. I'm sorry. It was directed by Peter Weir.
Peter Weir, great director. Yeah. Yeah.
And sorry, I keep cutting off. I'm so sorry, Lyndon.
No, you don't apologize for anything. That's what we do in life. We start thinking and we talk and that's conversation. Don't worry about it. It's all good. You're doing great.
Thank you. Now, if you didn't go into acting, what do you think you would have done as a career? I could see you as like a teacher. And what other hobbies do you have?
I would. When I went to college to study was advertising. Really, advertising business and psychology. And I wanted to go into advertising, so it was business and psychology, split major, and then I wanted to go in advertising, just because a friend of mine's dad did it, and I thought it was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any hobbies? Like I do to hike,
I surf all the time. Whenever there's waves. I play golf really badly. Ride bikes. Not nearly as well as Susan does because she's amazing at it. I'll try anything. I used to be a pretty good skier. Not anymore. I like hiking. I don't know. How about you?
I'm more as a hobby. I want to do as a career though. I like to write scripts.
Great.
Scripts. Yes. I actually want to become a director. That's what I want to do.
Good. Do it.
Yes. Do you think I should pursue my career? Do you think I should do it?
I don't see any reason why not.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm gonna cast you as the lead role too.
Of course. Absolutely. Yes. Please.
Got you. Now, do you have a favorite band or artist and type of music?
Who am I listening to lately? I listen to so much stuff. Like favorite music right now. I can't think. When you get asked, I can't think of it. Mostly kind of alternative sort of music, but nothing crazy. I like a lot of stuff. How about you?
I love my 80s. I love like 80s rock. I'm looking forward to
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Love my.
A lot of good music in the 80s.
That's true. But I know it's not rock, but one of my favorite musicians or bands is Huey Lewis and the News. Did you ever hear of Huey Lewis?
I have, of course. You know what you would enjoy quite a lot if you like the 80s? If you watched a documentary called something like The Greatest Night in Music or something like that, and it was about the making of We Are the World.
Ooh.
And it's a great documentary. It's so much fun.
So you think I should watch that? I'd have a fun time.
I think you'd love it. I think if you love 80s, you would love it.
Well, I love
Huey Lewis is like, he is just such a genuine, nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He comes across great in this documentary.
That's cool. See, I like him, and I actually saw recently a concert. Do you remember Flock of Seagulls? Do you remember that?
Of course. We got a friend, Eric, and he had that hair, and we called him Flocka. That was his nickname.
That's funny.
He didn't love it, but you don't get to pick your nicknames. Yeah, he was Flocka.
Now, do you have any favorite sports and favorite teams? Do you like sports, Lyndon?
Well, I'm a huge Miami Dolphin fan.
Ooh, fins up.
Yeah, there you go. And I like Chelsea soccer. I not really a huge basketball guy. I like Dodgers, LA. And that's kind of it. But I like watching sports. But I'm not one of those. I can't do it all day long, every day. But it's great. Sport is such a great sport is great. It's such an amazing thing that we can all relate to. These accomplishments and these great athletes.
Oh, you
Yeah.
mentioned the Dolphins. My friend actually just got drafted in the first round by the Dolphins.
He did?
Yes.
Wait, Chop Robinson.
Yes, you're good.
There
Yes.
you go.
Yes.
Right on. Wow, good. That's great. He
Like,
looks like a great athlete.
he's a beast. Oh my god! Like the way he
Yeah.
plays. He's probably
How do you
really
know
good.
him?
Well, through cause I do also football player interviews, like from a friend of a friend that I became friends with him, and he's actually coming soon for recording wise.
Well, tell him that I'm a huge fan.
I got you.
I
I
will.
got you.
Susan's dad went to Penn State.
Really?
Yeah. He
That's
was like All-American at Penn State, and I think he played for the Colts and the Redskins.
really.
Yeah.
Can I ask what's her dad's name?
Oh, is Les Walters? This was a long, long time ago.
That sounds familiar.
And I always thought that he didn't make it, And he goes, no. He goes, I was a starting cornerback on the Washington Redskins, and he goes, but I had a kid, and I had another kid on the way. He goes, I had to quit and get a real job. I'm like, what? And he was starting cornerback on the Washington Redskins, and he was making $7,500 a year.
Wow.
Yeah, nothing.
Oh.
And it's funny because every year when the draft happens, like it just did, and Chop got picked, and I'm like, what was it like last, the draft? And he's like, well, he goes, I was in the fraternity house, and the payphone rang, and somebody answered, and they go, hey, Walters, you got a phone call? And he came, so he goes, I picked up, I go, hello. And it's somebody. He goes, hi, this is Mr. Some Richie or something from the Colts. You want to come and play football? He goes, yes, sir. He goes, all right, we'll send you a bus ticket.
Oh.
Be here on this date. All right, yes, sir. All right, and that was it. That's how they got drafted.
It's so crazy, like the comparisons, like how much even they got paid back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god,
Nothing. He played with Johnny Unitas, who in the
yeah.
offseason went and worked in the steel mill. They didn't make any money.
See, I love football. That's like one of my favorite sports. Like that and hockey are my favorite sports. I love.
Now,
football.
are you big Bears fan?
Yeah, I would say so because one of my other good buddies is with the Bears now. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
and what other teams do you like?
see, I like the Bears, but my favorite player of all time is Matt Ryan. I never met him, but he's my favorite player of all time.
Wow, great,
Right.
Matty Ryan, Matty Ice.
Yeah, wow, you know your football, Lyndon.
Yeah. He was a great player. Well, and the Dolphins had the number 1 pick that year, and they picked
The tackle, right? It's the tackle.
Long. He was a tackle.
Jake, was it?
Jake Long. Yeah, and they should have picked Matt Ryan, but maybe the Dolphins. I've been a fan of the Dolphins for a long time. Like I'm old, and I remember me and my sister sitting and watching the perfect, that watching them play in that perfect season, 1972, and it was great. Yeah, I tried to convince people my nickname was Mercury after Mercury Morris, the running back, and they're like, "No, it's not." I'm like, "No, people call me Mercury." But and they're like, "No, they don't. No one calls you that." I'm like, "Yeah, they do." And they're like, "No, you're not fast. Why would they call you that?"
So who's your favorite player then currently with the Dolphins? Mercury. Who's your favorite?
Well, I loved Mercury Morris when I was a kid. My favorite football players ever. God, like actors, different players for different reasons. Right now, huge Tyreek Hill fan. I don't know.
He's fast. Oh my god.
He's a beast. Just crazy good, crazy talented. I love Dan Marino. I loved Joe Montana. I loved Walter Payton.
Sweetness.
I loved I've loved a lot of, just great players. I mean, I remember as a kid, um, God, Joe Namath, Roman Gabriel, old school, right? And but no, I, yeah, I don't know, a lot of players, and
That's
I'm
awesome.
amazed by players too. Like how talented they are. I mean, Patrick Mahomes plays the game differently than anyone I've ever seen.
Imagine he was on the Dolphins though. Oh my God, with those weapons. Sorry.
Yeah, right, right. It would be fun. It's going to be Tua. You know what? Tua gets on. Everyone bags on Tua. I'm a huge Tua fan.
He
And
got dedication. I think he's got good dedication.
yo, absolutely, absolutely. So you're going to get to watch Caleb Williams this year, yeah?
Yeah. Yep.
That's going to be exciting.
We got Caleb, and then we got Rome is our other receiver. I guess we got so many receivers.
Yeah, but Caleb, if he can play his game, he could be
Something special.
Yeah, he could be something really special. Yep. Yep.
It's
Yep.
crazy.
Yep. The Bears.
Do you have a favorite food? What's Lyndon's favorite food? I'm curious.
What if I had to eat like one, like kind of food? Spaghetti.
Spaghetti? I could see burgers. I don't know. You look like a burger guy. Like you like your burgers.
I love a good burger. I love a good burger. Like I love food. I like all kinds of food. I like all kinds of actors. I like all kinds of sports people, football players, and all food. I'm pretty easy.
So is that like one food you're like, oh no, that food's nasty. Get that food.
Say what?
Is there like a food you're like, no, that's nasty. That food, I don't want to eat that food.
Yeah, I ate jellyfish one time. I don't want to do that again. I don't think I need to do that again.
So when I see you again in Chicago, bring you some jellyfish. I'm kidding.
Yeah, bring me a jellyfish. No, yeah, I don't like love like liver all that much.
We've never had that. Look, it just sounds nasty in itself. Never had it.
It's not bad. It's pretty good with fried liver, onions. It's not bad. Oh, I know what I don't like. My dad used to get these salted kippers.
What's a
And
kipper? I don't know.
in a wooden bucket, and these fish were in there and embedded in salt, and you had to soak it and get in the water and get the salt off of them, and then you would cook them, and they were
Nasty.
They were gnarly. They were rough to eat. They were. It was not fishy salt. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Now, do you have any projects in the works? Anything coming up for Lyndon?
I don't right now. I think that the business is kind of in a little bit of a, we're worried about the Teamsters and IATSE going out on strike, and so I don't know that there's a lot of people putting projects together or starting projects right now. But I'll get a job.
Hire Lyndon. He's a legend. Help him out.
Yeah.
Now, what advice would you give younger people who want to become an actor or actress? What's your advice? What does Lyndon have?
Don't be afraid.
Don't be
And don't don't do it for the fame or the money. If you're good at your craft, that will come. And just no fear, right? In art, in life, we get so afraid we what if ourselves to death. It's like, what if this, what if that, what if, and now I'm afraid to do it, and so I don't do as well as I could do. And that's really kind of result oriented, all that fear. You know, it's sort of like I want it to be a certain way, and it's like just be in the moment and know that you're enough. You're the best you that's ever been. It's not your job to second guess it or try and be something else, to judge yourself, to judge anything about it. It's like be there, be open, and be in the moment, and know that you're enough.
I like
That
that.
would be my advice.
I really like that. Now, in the future, would you be down to come back on for part 2, answer some fan questions? The fans
Sure.
want
Sure. You want me to do that? I'll do that.
fun. That sounds fun. And before I ask you my last question, do you have any questions? Does Lyndon have any questions?
I don't have any questions. I'm so glad you got in touch with me and we did this.
Thank you. Lyndon, is there anything you want to promote and shout out that the viewers can check out maybe like your social media pages? They can follow you there, following your journey?
I mean, yeah, if they want to, Lyndon _ Ashby on Instagram, and Lyndon Ashby on Twitter. That's not Twitter anymore. But I don't post a ton. I'm not a real social media kind of person.
Dude.
Yeah, I used to do it more, and if I've got something to promote or talk about, I will. But I kind of live my life, and I don't really need to tell everybody about it, I guess. Not that I'm ashamed of anything that I'm doing. It's just, you know what I'm saying. It's like,
Yeah.
why would you want to? Kind of boring. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Lyndon, for being an awesome and amazing guest. I had an awesome time chatting with you. Thank you.
Oh, thanks for having me. I'm really glad you reached out and we got this done.
Thank you. Have a great day, and sorry.
Nope, you didn't cut me off at all.
Have a great day, and stay awesome, and you stay awesome, Lyndon.
I will. You stay awesome. See ya.